morning. Good morning, everyone, and good morning to my panelist members as well. I would like to have like a brief introduction from each of them. If you guys can introduce yourself.
Yeah, good morning friends and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Syed Mohamed Beary. I am from Bangalore, India, and we are one of the largest data center developer in India. We have built 5 data center delivered, 7 are under construction, and data center doesn't measure by virtue of numbers or the square foot, it is measured by virtue of the megawatts. So we have delivered 170 megawatts of power, 265 megawatts is under construction. So together it's going to be 465 megawatts. We are primarily working for NTT Japan. NTT Japan's majority data center pan India has been built by us. And Microsoft's first data center in India, which is happening in Hyderabad, also been built by us. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, good morning. My name is Nezar Alturki from Saudi Arabia National Guard. I'm an IT CIO IT manager, and I'm happy to be with in this event.
Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. I'm Ahmed Chowdhury. I'm the Director of IT at Al-Ahsa Health Cluster. I'm leading the digital transformation there. And hopefully today I'll be able to provide you more insights about what's happening in Saudi Arabia when it comes to the enterprise level. Inshallah. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nadeem. I'm actually working for Arabian company as a director of finance, responsible for infrastructure and operations for day-to-day activities in terms of managing the data, network, and infrastructure.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Nadeem, IT Director of Information for Saudi. We are managing many data centers in Saudi, or either in outside Saudi for sure, in India. We are glad to share our experience and the knowledge that we gain from the industry or from the market itself.
Thank you guys for this brief introduction. As like our topics that which are the key global digital trends are there, which so in Saudi Arabia we have to like prepare as a cloud service provider or data service provider, but in terms of future business perspective. So my first question will be like I'm going to tell the panelists, is there any roadmap from that like from the other countries which is causing increasing that our data generation? So how we can like is it like manageable, predictable, or is it like an infrastructure perspective also we are ready for that the generation of the data which is happening very rapid growth these days. So I would like to hear from the Mr. Naik if you can.
Point me in this opportunity. Today, the global roadmap, especially in the area of if we are speaking, since we are connecting with the partners from outside. If we taking like an example of the US or something. So the roadmap which is created outside Saudi, in US or UK, and the regulation that has been implemented should be followed. So those roadmap has been impacted all the areas. Like an example, you're taking like you take like an example since we are in relation with Japan. Japan, she is investing in 5G methodologies and techniques. Why? To adopt it with the cloud solutions and to adopt it with the new changes in that industry. The new methodologies and the new techniques in that area, it is allowing you and it is urging you to go in with new compliance, new regulations, especially in the security or in the management of the cloud itself. So those roadmaps should be followed and already has been impacted all the areas as well. Not even in that area, if you take an example in UA, like an example, or EU, USA, those roadmaps, it is impacting worldwide for all the areas, since you are in relation with the main or the huge or the main companies which is providing the cloud solution and the customer.
Thank you for this bill. I would like to you also put on that.
Well, there is always an advantage for a nascent. You know, when you are in the beginning stage and the people are already established, you know, that is what the learning curve is all about. You know, that is the advantageous position Saudi Arabia is in today. Because you have started late, you know, and you have much to learn. You know, there is established norm, established law, and established foolproof method. Because data center is all about mission critical. You know, the data storage, data production is a very, very important aspect. And you know, so I mean, for Saudi Arabia, we not really start from the scratch. It is already set. It is already set in that what improvement we can make. You know, what development we can bring in, what value engineering, what value addition we can bring in. That is the advantage for the Saudi Arabia. You know. So I think, and Saudi Arabia is definitely going to do a great deal on this front. With my limited knowledge of GCC, Saudi Arabia need to be watched at the data center front.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
So there are indeed a lot of models. We can see from very different countries, US, EU, India, Singapore, and a lot of other countries. But even Saudi Arabia, they have their own models which we follow. We have NC, which is the Government Cyber Security Regulations, and also NDM, which is also the data governance, which is now
Thank you. As soon as I would like to also
The Kingdom Vision was launched through the comprehensive strategic plan developed by the Kingdom with the aim of achievement comprehensive social and economic transfer by 2030. And with the blessing of the customers of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, announced and led by His Highness Crown Prince Mohamed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz, may God protect them. In April 25, 2016, and the vision aims of reducing the kingdom dependent on the oil development of Saudi economy and achieving several development in the virgin sector, which is focused on the improvement of the quality of the life of inhabitants of kingdom position at the original level interest. An increasing threat and position risk in the cyberspace. Cyberspace has been merged into human, social, and management ways and is vectored in the global political economy. Since and technology, culture, social, and national defense and military affairs are growing more and more prevalent, cybersecurity has become innovation issue which deeply affect citizen lives, personal privacy, the public economy, privacy, and well as national security. A cybersecurity including the cloud, be any type of computer network attack, computer-related crime, and the mention of the abuse of network which can be defined as action, event, status, section of this with the bad intention which creates the third damage of the cycle. How to prevent and alert cybersecurity risk has become a major urgent issue to attack in the new age. For example, the public internet has been an important career and important source for the optimal development of the digital economy. And the new space for social interaction and the cultural and spiritual life of the general public. Therefore, social security risk assistance with the public internet should be effected by the private and managing the extremely separate of the religion and other merchant code. postgrade prevalent the safety of the cyber environment and public security. On the other hand, cyber attack against circumferential interfacing such as information system of the telecommunication, finance, power, stability, and energy can cause huge economic loss in the case of serious damage. What are the type of IT interfaces? Traditional interface, cloud interface, and hybrid interface. What are the computing of IT interfaces? Information technology IT interface is set in the software, hardware, network, and connected services that make up organization IT environment or computing of the IT interfacing, providing status, service, and increasing overall system efficiency and wide range of computing are available for the make up the entire IT world. Information technology IT hardware, information technology software. The software of IT interface includes operating system, internet program, database, application service, customer relationship management, CRM, introducing planning, ERP software, connected management system, evaluation software.
Thank you for that. Yes, we found that one. So I'm throwing my next question to the panelists. Like like in Saudi Arabia, the data is generating like so rapidly. Is it natural growth? Or is moderate? Or is coming to something? Or we are you can say like we are ready for that? Is what is mean by the locally? What we are saying like in this perspective. I would like to ask to Mr. Khan.
Thank you. Thanks for the question. I mean, if you listen to the last panel discussion that we had the Saudi visions, which is hugely ambitious, and then there was concern and question raised on how we're going to reach those visions. Now, let me give you an example of that happening on the field. So, for the last 4 years, I'm in the Al-Aqsa Health Cluster, and we have 14 hospitals and 65 primary healthcare centers, providing healthcare to 1.4 million people in Al-Aqsa. And what I can tell you is that this is part of a healthcare transformation. If you know the Vision 2030 and the key objectives in there, healthcare transformation is one of the core objectives. Right, on this transformation of the healthcare transformation, 40% to almost 45% of the transformation initiatives that you have in healthcare are digital related. So 40 to 45% of the transformation initiatives in healthcare industry are digital related. So what does it mean? It means building massive infrastructure, building massive systems, building massive amounts of data that come in on the data analytics and so on. And all these IT technologies and other fantastic tools and technologies that we have, we are adopting it at a rapid speed. I was part of UK healthcare transformation back in 2003, and now in 2023 and 24, after 20 years, the speed is phenomenal. I cannot compare, honestly. Just give you a specific data on our cluster. Our data size has been increased almost 300%. 300%. And it's not only the data size, the quality of the data, the governance of the data, the cybersecurity becomes a big player with it. Patients' privacy and confidentiality is a big aspect in our case. And all the other things that comes up with it to get the best out of the data so that you can make the decisions to improve your patient satisfaction and services. It's a huge amount of, I would say exponential amount of activities and enthusiasm and energy is going on. Now that's only healthcare sector. Now I worked with Saudi Aramco before and I saw a similar pattern in oil and gas sector. Huge push in the hospitality and entertainment sector, the tourism sector, and many other sectors as well. So there is no doubt the amount of momentum has been gathered in Saudi Arabia. It is an exemplary in the world. Now you talked about the sustainability of this momentum. Is it predictable? Yes, we talked about that. And is it, which direction is it going and so on? That's absolutely predictable. I mean, what you need to do, you need to calculate like exponentially. So this momentum is not going to stop. It's going to go bigger and bigger. How it affects to the data center technology and data center and so on. I mean, as a healthcare data and the privacy, it is very important what is our data inside. Okay. And in the enterprise level, more and more we'll be leveraging on the cloud technologies because we want to shift the responsibility and burden of managing this data in our own premises and economic of scales that come with the cloud. You have to let your data go, but in a localized data center, while we as a digital transformation leaders focus on change management and the transformation on the ground. So to wrap up, I would say this is a very positive momentum. It's going to go bigger and bigger. And there are a lot of very data-hungry initiatives that are taking place, like AI and others. And that's going to go even further in the coming months and years.
Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Indeed, Adnan. If you're asking regarding the area is real or not, yes, as mentioned by my colleague, Adnan, it's a positive prediction, the flow. Today, the largest scale project, which is, we are like an example, taking a project which is under 20 vision. For example, Neom, yesterday, almost last week, we just started the train Riyadh. This is huge of data, huge of data generations, and the type of data, and which is required more security, which is required more infrastructure. This is adopting or applying new opportunities in the area to having new companies, new partners in the market itself. Today, we are not ready, or Saudi not ready. They will not start with the larger scale projects such as training that we are. This is what I need to add.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
About the rapid development with program. I mean, if you look at last year, we didn't have Google. Now we have Google Data Center in the front. Amazon just signed up, that was 2 weeks or last week actually, $5.3 billion of investment in Saudi Arabia in the project of Neom. Oracle, Alibaba, Microsoft already in the pipeline and they have their data center in Joseph. Now these are the foreign investment, and then we have the local investment from PIF, Mohamed company, or any other big players in the market in the technical sectors. They're building and scaling up their data center. Certainly we need those investments.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Maria, like also.
It was actually nicely summarized by Qasim and so yes, so right, but thanks to supplement by all these initiatives in advancements in smart cities, you have 5G network coming. All this is adding up to increase the data. And see for example, one example I will be someone imagine 1 million you have sensor. So yes, I mean everyone is in terms of great in setting up data centers, getting some extra people all coming up. we are not up to that number. Also, in terms of people getting
Thank you. So now I will address to Mr. Beary regarding that how this data is being generated, this country's economic profile, how it's going to be changing that one, and how it's going to be affected, and how it will be, because they are responding to that in terms of this much data is being generated. It's not like a natural growth. It's like a moderate, like 300% is something going on. So it's not a natural growth. So we cannot say it's natural or not moderate, even though it's amazing. How the country overall economic profile perspective, how it's going to be affected.
See, according to me, what was the bane has become boon now. Population always been a bane, but now the population has become a boon, and the more the population, more the data, and that is where the data industry is going. It is a sunrise industry, all over the world. The kind of data development, the data center development in the US is unimaginable. It is going into some big number of power generation, etc. They are looking at, and that's the same case in Asian country. Same case eventually going to be in GCC and MENA region, and so data is a foregone conclusion. Now we are sitting here. My mobile is there. I am not really operating, but the mobile is working. The data is being generated. I am getting a message. There's a data. And so the data is becoming inseparable. A guy can live without his wife, but not with the gadgets. The parents can live without their children, but not with the gadgets. The elder people, the elders can live without their grandchildren, but not with the gadgets. Gadgets has become an integral part of our life, whether we like it or not. So that is where data security takes a very important role. And in the data security, here the data generation is becoming in such a speed, we are not in a position to cope with the data center development. That is where we need the new technology, construction methodology, because in the data center, ultimately it is the name of the game is the speed. Without compromising on the quality and the HSC, if somebody can deliver in a speedy manner, then sky is not the limit. So data center, data generation is a foregone conclusion. So by virtue of that, data center is truly a sunrise industry, and that is where Saudi Arabia can learn a great deal. And there are, because data center essentially, it is a power guzzler. It's a power guzzler. That is where the sustainability need to come into the picture. That is where the cloud computing and liquid cooling, where liquid cooling is again a fantastic way forward to reduce the power requirement. Liquid cooling is again an amazing thing to work. That is where we need to work. Unfortunately, we are not just doing that because it became a profitable industry data center. So nobody is bothered to really work on how to conserve the power. For them it is all right because you get the good IRR. So why you bother? So as a top leaders, the countries has to take a clue from that, and work on how to reduce the power density. That is really important. And for according to my limited understanding, the game changer for Saudi Arabia is the Asian, Saudi Arabia, Europe, and US. That connectivity. Once that comes, then naturally by default, Saudi Arabia is a place where we can have a undersea cabling station, and that can really give a different dimension altogether.
Yes, Shafan, you would like to add something?
Thanks a lot. Syed, you mentioned about our gadgets, individual adoption of the technology, and so on. It goes very fast. I mean, if you look at the fastest rate of how we take the personal computers, the internet, social media, now generative AI breaking all those records. we are adopting huge fast space. Now, at the organization or business or enterprise level, the game is very different. What you have in the businesses or enterprises, your data is very patchy, coming from different systems, different sources, and often your IT resources are overstretched with their infrastructure and the supports, and the demand that your customers or your employees are asking is hugely overstressed. Now, so adoption rate at the enterprise level is much slower than the individual level or the consumer level. So what can we do at the enterprise level, organization level, to make it sure we catch up with the advancement of the technologies? Definitely, digital transformation plays a big role. It has to be strategically think through, and it's not only about the data generation; it's the quality of the data that matters. Data is like oil; it's a commodity. It has its life. So if you're not utilizing our data on time, doing the analysis, making business decisions, after a few years and so, this data value decreases. It decreases. So it's not only about generating a huge amount of data. We got the IoT devices, medical sensors, you name it. The radiology images, CTs, they generate tons of data. But the question is, what we do about that data, and how can we turn those data into business benefits? And if we don't do it in a timely manner, we lose the value of it. So that transition in the organization level, pushing through to get the most out of data, it requires digital transformation and thinking it through with a solid strategy, so that we can turn the data as valuable assets in the organization. Thank you.
Thank you. My next question on this, in the way the data is being generated, are we ready for that speed to anticipate in this much growth is there going on in the data? So, Mr. Mohamed, if you can on this slide.
Like as Mohamed said earlier, right, we have three main concerns here. So infrastructure, processes, energy as a people. Right? So we are actually, I cannot say we are ready, but we are definitely on the right path. We are reaching there, and the infrastructure is definitely the government, Alibaba, and part of the market. Data centers in that's the infrastructure side of it. Frameworks, I think we are already starting working on it. And as well as people part, as part of our vision 2030, the initiative which will help people to understand this, to learn from the existing and to work on that. So yes, we are.
Yes, Ms. Bahani, if you would like.
With the factor which is mentioned by my colleague Munir, there is two factors which is very important. There is one which is the security, which is the cybersecurity, and the second one which is following, one which is the compliance. Today, without the compliance, without the security, no one will, like an example of bringing some company from even the future. Rather than that, the infrastructure is very important. The previous years, we just attended some new technologies announcements from the big companies. One of the companies which is Arabian, they went to new generation of techniques. Last month, they just announced the new techniques in the cluster container. So those adopting the new infrastructure, adopting the new techniques, this is very important to manage the things which is mentioned in the question itself. And all of that is the security and the compliance of the region itself, from the country itself, or worldwide, which is like an example in our situation with Japan and those things. So this is which is, I believe, the main factor which should be followed through having and adopting managing the new generation of collected from the source.
Thank you. We have a short time.
The question is not whether are we ready or not. Question is how to make it safe and secure. That should be the question. Today morning, I was a little worried. I am not a prepared, speaker. Anyway, I am not a great speaker. And I was just wondering, my mom has been calling that, sir, which question you are going to take, and etc. So I said, let me see. And then straight away it came to my mind that I'm going to check up with the Meta artificial intelligence. I posed all the 4 questions. It came out with the answer before I could submit. So answer is ready. Then I said, no, this answer is not good enough. So try to give me some alternative. It has given much better. Then of course, ultimately it has, put me in a little confused status. Because which one to select or which one to reject. Okay, but ultimately data is going to be there. So how to make it secure and safe is a way forward, and that is where Saudi Arabia is in that cusp, cups of the taking to the next level.
Thank you guys. I think so we have less time. So I will open that panel for the open questions if someone has that.
Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Beary. So I have a question. So especially if you have the CETA in the context of Saudi, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, one of the key contexts is that data centers are typical for others. Because as you know that we are operating in already Google is operating quite a long time and they have signed up recently with Beary. But one of the key challenges that AWS they started to the next week they are supposed to announce that the data center their operations because in the working in the public sector we need to be more confidential and we have most of the stricter regime and if you see in the other GCC countries. So from the trade perspective as you said what you want to see that what should be a good advice for the taking forward the journey in the faster mode, both in the security standpoint, but also in complex perspective. Because I'm saying the reason because I'm saying that I'm both certified in Google and AWS. So one of the key challenges that the AWS could not establish is still now because not only the compliance with the regulation, but also they have all the framework. And they are the market leader that coming to the number one after that too. A couple of the cases, with no conflict of interest, I'm saying. So, what you suggest, what should be our the key sources or the future training, which will the further expedite this question is to be forward to you. Thank you so much.
No, my friend, it is not a question because you have already given an answer. Okay. With so much of explanation, I don't take it as a question. Anyway, no problem. You see, the data security, again and again, I'm saying the same thing because I may with a limited knowledge, application of mind is far most important for me. The application of mind is, today the whole world is that for Saudi Arabia to pick and choose. What is good, adopt it. What can be improvised, improvise it. What you feel may not fit into our system, park it. That's it.
I would like to add that in this one also, see that from the ways we have mentioned that data is being generated like tsunami way, so we have to be ready in this way, in the same speed also. The way data is being generated also, and our infrastructure also, our compliance, regulatory things also will be ready with the same speed.